So this month I read the second and third book in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, Scarlet and Cress. And I'm currently on the novella Fairest, and it's pretty good so far. I'm like halfway through it. But anyway, I thought that I would do a review of Scarlet and Cress because a lot of people were asking me to do one for Scarlet, or I guess the majority of the comments when I asked. So like 2 out of 3 of the comments on one of my videos said that they wanted me to review Scarlet. So I'm reviewing Scarlet. So I read Cinder a while ago, but I think it was still fresh enough in my mind so that I didn't have to like reread it or review it. I really liked Scarlet as a character. I know that like a lot of people didn't, or like some people didn't. Like I guess some people didn't like Scarlet as much as Cinder or something, but I actually really liked it. I think I gave it like a 4 out of 5 or something like that. So yeah, I loved Scarlet and her character. I actually liked that she was kind of more selfish, I guess, than maybe some classic heroines are. Because I mean, she had good reasons. All of a sudden this boy comes along and he's just like in love with her and he's like, don't risk your life for your grandma, instead run away with me. I'd be like, dude, I want to save my grandma, like she's my family, so how about you just back the heck up, or maybe I'll see you later or something. Like I liked that about her. I liked that she had her priorities straight and she wasn't like blinded by love, you know. But I couldn't help having like the mental picture of the chick from Brave the whole time. Like whenever I read a book, I think I like immediately have this picture in my head of like an actress or like Disney character or something in my head, and then it just won't go away. So the whole time I'm picturing, what's her name, Merida? I was picturing her the whole time, which was kind of weird. So Scarlet apparently had an Irish? Yeah, had an Irish accent throughout this whole book, even though she was supposed to be French. So really she was supposed to have a French accent. But anyway, I really liked the plot. I feel like the books are getting like more gruesome as you go. I don't really remember a whole lot of violence, like not like bloody, gross, flesh-tearing violence, but this one there was some pretty violent parts, especially at the end. I'm trying to make this one spoilery free, so I don't want to get too far into it, but let's just say that Wolf lives up to his name. Is that giving too much away? That might be giving too much away. Oh well, just pretend I didn't say that. The thing with Scarlet is that as I was reading about Scarlet and Wolf, I really liked their relationship, even though Wolf was like, don't go after your grandma, come run away with me, da da da. Like, I knew where he was coming from, but at the same time I was like, no, Scarlet, go get your grandma. But then by the end I understood why, so like that made sense to me. Yeah, I really liked his character. I liked that he wasn't like some like jerk, snarky boy. He was like shy and quiet, but then he was also like this crazy awesome like fighter guy. Like, I don't know, it was cool. But that leads me into Cress. I didn't really tell you much about Scarlet, but I'm trying to keep it a little bit vague. Just know that I liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5, so there's your review for Scarlet. Getting into Cress, I realized that I actually don't really like Scarlet and Wolf's relationship that much. I think maybe because I just saw how whiny and useless Wolf is in this book. So with Cress, this one was more focused on Cress. She's a shell, which means that she's a lunar, but she doesn't have the capabilities that the others do. Like, she doesn't have the powers, but then she also can't be manipulated, I think. Now I can't remember if shells can be manipulated like other lunars can or not. No, they can't, right? So she's trapped out on the satellite, and she's basically doing like the queen's bidding, and she's all computery and stuff. I like that all 3 of the main girls in these books were like, they could do like mechanical technology, computery stuff. Like Cinder was a mechanic, Scarlet can fly ships and like work on ships, and then Cress is like this awesome like computer hacker. So I thought that was really cool. Made up for the fact that like all 3 of them are just like fall head over heels for anybody. Anyway, but we're not getting into that yet. So with Cress, she's trapped on the satellite, and Cinder and her band of ruffians on their stolen ship come to rescue her, and something goes wrong, and then by the end of the book they're like all in the same place, just like randomly. Like that's too big of a coincidence for me. Like that kind of bugged me, but at the same time I think I was able to like to push that aside because the story was still really, really good. I really liked it. But yeah, I really liked Cress. I like that all 3 of the girls had like such different personalities, because I think that can be hard to do sometimes. Like if you have too many characters, then I think they all kind of start like becoming each other, which is kind of annoying. But I really liked her pairing, I guess you would say. It's funny that they're all like paired up. It's like, oh, there's 3 girls and 3 boys perfectly. Like that's how it worked out, because that's apparently how reality is. But I think when she was paired up with Captain Thorne is who it was. Captain Thorne and Cress get together in the end or whatever. And like I said, I realized in this book how much I just decided that I really didn't actually like Scarlet and Wolf's relationship, because I love Cress and Thorne's relationship because it's just so cute. And he was a jerk face in Scarlet, but I think that kind of built his character up for this one. And I think he had the most depth. As any of the love interests, I think he was the most interesting to me. So I really like Cress and Thorne. They're my favorite couple now. Yeah, the writing was great for both of these. It was very consistent with the first one. It was really simple, but it also lent itself to like really giving me an easy mental picture. And so I think that helped. So now I am on Fairest, and that is Queen Levana's story, and it starts out when she's like a teenager, like 15 or something like that. And I think this book is trying to like make you sympathize with her, and I really don't want to because I don't like her. But Marissa Meyer does a good job of still like explaining how she's bad. Like it's not like she's trying to be like, oh, Levana's a good person, then like she was nice then, and then but something really bad happened. It's like, no, there's still like some evil greed like woven into her soul from like back then, and so you still see it. So you only kind of sympathize for a second because her sister is like just barely worse than her, but it's still like the Queen Levana that you kind of know, and so you're not sympathizing too much with her. Because no, by the time the next book comes out, if I'm like, okay, Levana could be good, like I don't want to think that. I want her to be the bad guy, and she just needs to stay the bad guy. But I think this book's doing a pretty good job of still twisting Levana into a bad person, even though I think the idea is that she was somewhat normal, and then this happened. Like, I'm sure that's going to happen. I'm not that far. I'm about halfway through it. I think I'll finish it by the end of today. But yeah, so, I mean, I'm sure we'll find out what happened to Queen Levana by the end, and I'm sure it's going to be some tragic thing that you're just like, oh, no, I understand, but I kind of just want to be like, can't you just be evil for evil's sake? Aren't there people like that are just bad because they're bad? Like, I think there are. I don't think everybody has a reason. I think bad people are just bad because they're bad. Alright, so that is it for my Scarlet, Cress, and half of Fairest review. I hope you liked it. I hope you have a great night, and I will see you next time. Bye!